Hi everyone, Adarsh here. So today we're gonna see, this is a continuation video of lambda expression tutorial where we have talked about different combinations of input and input parameter as well as a return type for the method and how we can just write a lambda expression for that. So in this video we're gonna see how we can just write a lambda expression for the method which takes multiple parameters and doesn't return anything. So let's jump into the code and see how it looks like. So I have already created a sample here. So this is a my work interface which has a do work method which takes a two parameter data1 data2 and doesn't return anything. I'm having a work executor class which has a execute work method which takes a implementation of my work interface and accept two data parameters, and internally what it does, basically it just called do work method on the instance of implementation of my work and pass that two parameters data. So let's see first how we can write when we don't have lambda expression. So in this, what we have done, we have just created a work executor instance binded with the data type, and we are just calling a execute work method on the instance of a work executor where we have passed a anonymous class, basically anonymous class here of implementation of my work binded with integer data type, and implementation of do work method where we have a integer type data1 and data2, and we are just printing those values. And then we have a two parameters here which is a second and third parameter for execute work. So if you see, this is a first parameter for execute work, this is a second, and this is a third. So this 100 gonna sit into data 1 and 200 gonna sit into the data 2 if we see this executive work. So this is a first parameter, and this is a this is a second parameter which gonna first come as a first parameter here. This is a third parameter which gonna come as a second parameter for do work method. So if I execute this piece of code, so here we can see that this space is not there, that's why it looks very messy. So if you see that whatever the argument I have passed, that I'm just printing those argument and it doesn't return anything. That's why the return type for do work method is void, as well as execute work method doesn't we are not capturing any return type from execute work method. So same sort of thing how we can just write when we have a facility of using lambda expression here. So what we have done, we have just created an instance of a work executor. We are just calling execute work method on the instance of work executor, and then we have a lambda expression as a first parameter here. So what we have done, we have just binded value 1 value 2 with the integer data type, and this is a method body. Basically we are just passing a body of the method. So we have a multi-line statement here, and this is a second and third parameter for execute work which gonna sit into the value 1 and correspondingly to the value 2. So if I just execute this piece of code, we can see there is a we can see here that these statements are printed properly with the lambda expressions. But if you see here, same sort of thing how we can just optimize this piece of code in the lambda expression. So what I have done, basically I've just removed this data type from this, and rest of the code is same here. This is the first argument as a lambda expression. So what we have done, we have just created an instance of work executor binded with the integer, and then we are calling execute work method on work executor. This is a lambda expression which is the first parameter, and this is second and third parameter. So if I just execute this piece of code, there's no change in the output basically. So take example when we have a single line implementation for the method. So In this, what we have done, we have just created a instance of work executor. We are just calling execute work method, and these are the parameters, formal parameters for the method do work method, value 1, value 2, and we are just in the method body, we are just printing those values in the SOP statement, and these are the second and third parameter for execute work method. So if I just execute this piece of code, it gonna just print the data 100 and 200 here. See, so in this what I have done, the next optimization what I have done, I have removed the data type also from here, and rest of the codes lies same here. So you can see that data 100 and 200 is printed there. But if I just want to further optimize this piece of code, what I have done basically, I have just removed the curly braces and and the semicolon from the print statement SOP. I have just passed this whole piece of code as a single argument. If you see, there is no change in the output, but the code is more optimized, but it is more confusing also. That's why I'm explaining step by step each and everything. And same sort of thing what I have done here in the last, I have just removed the data type, as well as I have removed the curly braces here from the SOP, as well as the semicolon from the print statement. So there's no change in the output, but step by step how we can optimize the code, what are the things we can remove to write a lambda, valid lambda expression. So that's what I just want to make you all aware of that. So I hope this will help you to understand how to write optimized lambda expressions for use cases. I'll come up with other use cases also in my coming tutorial. Till then, take care, bye.